Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am excited today. I've been thinking about this all day. I am happy to announce we have some special guests with us. We have Franklin and Ron. Ron, the new domestic director of Bragg, and Franklin, the original OG. Well, not the original, but I understand. But and of course, my good friend from Central Time. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. We are here for something very special.
Absolutely.
What is that?
Thank you guys for coming, and we got some exciting stuff to go over.
So, without further ado, Michael, do you see this show is audio and visual? Visual for some people. Do you see behind Franklin? He has some things on a whiteboard there.
Whiteboard. Okay. We're going old school.
Well, my internet's been out for a solid week because some vagrants decided to steal all the copper out of some AT&T thing. I don't know. That's what they're saying. So there's like 50 people in our little area that are without internet, and they're having to like dig new trenches so we can get internet. So I came to our co-working space. So this is where Ron graciously drives up to Atlanta every week, and they have a whiteboard. So I figured we could write down some fun stuff to go over before we got started. Mainly, you guys being a Disney adult. I heard on your most recent podcast that I was going to call you out for being a Disney adult, and that I'm here to make that premonition come true. So
where's that censor button?
He is so a Disney adult. It's not even funny. I at least have kids.
But you go with them. So
but I have kids most of the time that I'm dragging along. So that kind of
BS. Like you're not flying down on your own.
Well, to meet up with you, the Disney adult.
Do you not own a timeshare at Disney?
Or my children. My children love Disney.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who do you own it for? Your cats?
Meow. Listen, I do not deny that one of the best purchases of my life would be my timeshare. Well, actually, there's multiple resorts, but yes, and my Florida timeshare.
Isn't this show sponsored by Timeshare Exit Team or something like that?
That guy called me tonight on my way home. He said, "Sir, how do you feel like your timeshare? Do you want to help get rid of it?" I said, "Why would I do that?" And he hung up on me. I'm like, "Hey, I gave you the time of day to answer." So those guys call a lot, man. They do call me. I'm on a list. I'm on multiple lists. Do you want out of your timeshare? No. Do you want out of your timeshare? No. How many times do I have to tell you no? So.
That's funny. Speaking of which, this is being aired, I guess, January 1st. So as we speak, I am in Mexico with my family in a timeshare owned by a Bragg rider. Crazy story. We were on the Bragg Mexico ride. And as we were packing up and leaving, we were saying our goodbyes, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to the airport. We're going to Vedanta down the road." And I was like, "Oh, me and my family go there all the time. My grandparents used to have a timeshare there." And he's like, "Oh, well, if you ever want to go, just let me know." So sure enough, I called him up like a year later. I was like, "Hey, do you still have that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, we can get you a 4-bedroom, no problem." So I just paid the, very nominal fee, and he let me go. So we're all down here, 4-bedroom with the family in Mexico because of a timeshare. So,
well, we obviously have the domestic director with us as well. I would be shocked if you weren't somewhere international. So I'm happy for you, by the way. But the man who travels the most in the end wins, as far as I'm concerned. And just to be fair, my timeshare can also be, and so can Michael's, by the way. You can exchange for multiple different resorts. And so one of the cool things was I purchased 2010. And compared to what it is now, even more than when Michael bought, the price was right. So yeah, I can definitely. It's a point-based system for mine, and you can change points to go somewhere else. So I love it, and I've helped out people, and some people have called me up and rented my points, which helps pay for the maintenance, and so I love that. But I'm glad that a Bragg rider helped you out. It seems like you're sticking with the team. I love it.
That's right. Speaking of being on a team, Michael, how's the job search going?
Next on the list, it's going very slow. I've never tried to find a job between Thanksgiving and Christmas before. Not the opportune time to be out there trying to promote myself because they're like, it's Christmas time's coming and all
I
this.
offered him a transportation job. I just want you to know.
He did a transportation job in Michigan. I don't live in Michigan. Yeah, no, it just wouldn't work out. But I appreciate it though. But I'm hoping, I've got the resume down, several iterations. It's looking good. So I'm hoping the beginning of the year,
This
companies
is the
will start
beginning of the
looking at
year.
hiring people. And
Yeah, it's January 1st today. What do you mean?
Today's the beginning of the year.
well, nobody's hiring on January 1st. So we got to move to January 2nd. So
They're all too hungover from their Jim Beam.
That's right. Up next.
oh, did you see that? That was a nice segue. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So saw article, thought of you guys. Jim Beam is apparently shutting down their production for the time being because of lack of demand with, I guess, millennials slowing down, Gen Zers not drinking, boomers, drinking less as well. So hopefully some of that Pappies will be cheaper with all this decreased production.
I am kind of hoping that. I mean, we've seen some prices change. We've even discussed it of where some of the things that we like. There's an Angel's Envy that we really enjoy. It's a Phil Talks Whiskey. To give him a little bit of credit, turned us onto it, and he mentioned it, and we first bought it, and it's $20 cheaper now. So very rarely do you see something going down in price. So yeah, I think there's an overabundance right now for multiple reasons, and I think you're right. I think in the 80s where people were drinking clear liquor and
Zima.
and then Zima, putting Jolly Ranchers in Zima.
Zima's making its comeback. It happens. The good news is not only is the price going down, but I'm starting to see a lot of stuff that I could never find before in my area is like on the shelf. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's cyclical. It'll happen. People start drinking Zima or whatever the new clear drink is, and 10 years, 12 years from now, then all of a sudden they'll discover bourbon and it'll be like, oh, what is this miracle stuff? And then we won't be able to find it again.
I was thinking the jobless went into the Jim Beam. Like, if you don't have a job, will you drink more Jim Beam? So,
you mean start drinking it? Because I really don't drink it now. I might have to start. It's probably a little cheaper than some of the stuff that I'm drinking. So
there you go.
Although I did notice that Franklin cracked a bottle there and poured some in there. Looked like what, High Country or something?
High West for sure.
High West. There we go.
So I didn't have a smaller bottle that was open, so I had to put this in my backpack and ride down here. So it took up most of the room in my backpack.
It's always in his backpack. What are you talking about?
That's what he got for selling all the copper from his internet. He went out and
There we go.
The big bottle.
You guys are on to me now. Yeah. I think it's like $4 a pound now. So
well, there we go.
Wow.
There we go.
They say crime doesn't pay.
Internet or copper? Internet? No, just kidding. So
yeah.
All right, what's next on your list?
Oh, I had Portugal wine. Made me think of you guys as we were going down the Jim Beam list, and Zima. Everybody's got their little gimmick.
Yeah.
We were. This year will be the first year of our Portugal ride, and one of the wineries we go to, the guy was like really big into the Titanic.
Okay.
And I don't know, whoever took the submarine down there and got all the stuff and brought it back up. Was it James Cameron? Wasn't it James Cameron?
I think it was. I mean, I don't want to misspeak, but I think it was.
Anyway, so he recovered a lot of bottles of wine that were, had been in the cold depths under pressure for like a long, long time. And they actually, I don't know if this guy got to try some or what it was, but he was like fascinated by this whole idea. So one of these wineries we go to, the winemaker, they bottle their wine in this very specific bottle. It's much thicker, put a special cork on it, and they sink it to the bottom of the lake where they're at. It's like 130 feet deep or something, where it's super cold under pressure, and they leave it down there for 9 months. And then they bring it up and they sell you the bottle, and it's all, it's gross and got all this lake stuff on it. And it's dry, but, and it's like, they do a bottle of it before it went in, and then they let you try the bottle where it was under the water, and it's actually very different, which is kind of crazy. So
everybody's got their gimmicks and their ways of flavoring, the ways of storing, their ways of aging. It's interesting. I had not heard that.
Yeah, it's pretty specific and intense. So,
it reminds me of not exactly, but like Jefferson's Ocean, where, they take these barrels and they put them on cargo ships and they just go all over. And then who knows? I mean, it could be real, could be fake, could be marketing. But then you get a book with it, a small little pamphlet, and it says, okay, the journey of this, bourbon went from, the port of Costa Concordia was great, and then blah, 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 and it kind of tells you where the travels of where it went for the tasting profile. So could be just marketing.
Well, we did have on a couple episodes the gift thing where Brad Paisley, the singer, had the rolling rick house, and I forget how many barrels they piled on there, and this big truck full of whiskey barrels, full of the stuff, went with him everywhere, that he went on this section of his tour. It was called the Rolling Rick House, and that's how they, kind of similar to Jefferson's, the different pressures, humidities. So, yeah.
That's cool, though. That's pretty neat. I mean, I enjoy when you post all the pictures from the International as I'm slaving away in my transportation office. Michael, I offered you the job once. I'm going to offer it to you again. But, when I see your pictures, and next time I see you, I'm gonna hit you up for a Bragg International T-shirt. I think that's just pretty cool. I got to get me one of them. So
you got to go on the ride to get the T-shirt.
Well, I mean, that's partially true, I'm sure, but I bet you I could I could beg, borrow,
make him go on the trip. That's got to be earned. That's like a medal of honor. Come on.
I've invited you guys several times. Wives are welcome. It's perfect for wives. They get on the e-bike or regular bike, whatever they want to do. And
I'm waiting on Adam.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I'm the one with the timeshare, the Disney adult, and you're waiting for me.
Yes, because I've told you Chas is on board like that. I mean, we'll sign up. Well, when I get a job, we'll sign up like that.
I was just going to say, you ready to go now? So,
I might want to wait until, make sure the family's not eating canned spam or something. And then I'm all in.
Now, Ron, don't let them fool you. Stephanie and I have thought this for a long time, but I've never seen, other than the one episode where you guys hired these actors to come on the show, I've never seen their wives. So I think they're just really in the same bedroom, different rooms, recording the podcast, and the wives and families are just all.
You know what? You know how many times
we're down in Jamaica.
Yeah.
By the way, what you just said is just horrible. I'm finding my phone. Where the hell is it? I gotta find a family portrait fast because.
It's struggling to find a family portrait.
Yeah, it's like where did I put that?
Yeah,
where can I
gotta find it
of some miscellaneous young lady that I can say that's my wife?
Oh, baloney! Actually, we just went to a get together.
This could be the ultimate catfish episode.
It could be. Who knows? So, no.
Breaking news.
We have been asked. Right there.
You guys are an item.
Yeah.
Right, some young lady he took a picture of on a bike ride.
There is Mrs. Lauren Baranski.
Yeah, y'all don't even. She's not even standing that close to you. That could be somebody.
Yeah, it's like right next to me. I said I'd be in the picture with you. Don't hug me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to get. Here's a wedding photo of us.
Well, you know what? It's called AI. Anybody can do that nowadays.
Oh, well, listen.
See, my mysterious family just brought me a soda into the studio just out of nowhere. So, but
you guys don't know about this, but we have winner. We just went to the Henry Ford Greenfield Village as a family. There's the Baranski family right there.
So you had to hire 3 actors then.
Yeah.
Now, my mother likes you a lot. So you better watch it. So.
Nice.
Although she does call him Mike. How's Mike? I'm like, it's Michael, Mom. It's Michael.
You know what? I'm not going to correct her. I like her. So if she wants to call me Mike, she can call me Mike.
Oh, well.
And last on the list, I had Ron, A+. So Ron's been, when did you come? It's been what, almost 3 months now, Ron?
October 20th. So
yeah. Trust me, Stephanie knew that.
Yes, Stephanie knew that.
2 months.
But yeah, I just want to brag on Ron. He's been doing kicking butt.
I see what you did there. Brag.
But yeah, Ron's doing great. He gets it, wants it. He's got the capability to do it. He's been driving up here for our in-persons. We've driven all the routes. backwards, forwards, and yeah, he is doing really great. Getting to know everybody, having one-on-one meetings with all the stakeholders, and has been a great addition to the team so far. So I just wanted to brag on Ron for a minute and all the contributions he's making to the Bragg team, and is going to make Bragg even better this year. So we're excited to have him on board, and just wanted to publicly say what a great job Ron's doing.
That's
Well,
awesome.
you're not making him do your lawn care, are you? Because I'm looking at a picture
Not
here and he's got all
yet.
this stuff on the
Not
back.
yet.
It's like, okay, Ron, get out there and do my lawn, and then we'll talk about Bragg.
I'm about to put him on
What
to
do you-
work for these copper pipes, though, this internet.
I hate what Franklin's not telling you is he just bought a new house. So, maybe one of these Mondays when I'm up in Atlanta,
You'll be over there doing some framing.
Over there digging some trenches or something. Who knows?
As I was getting all this set up tonight, I saw your post on Facebook about the new house. Is the house that you showed online is being torn down?
Yeah, so the house we just bought is a teardown. We bought in a neighborhood where there's no really any lots anymore. So it used to be Sally Ride's old house. We didn't buy it from Sally Ride, obviously, but it was her house a long, long time ago. And they kept trying to put that in the listing, like that it would drive up the price for like nostalgia or history's sake, and it did not. If you walked in it, it's clearly a teardown. So we bought it, and we're gonna tear it down, and hopefully beginning of the year we're gonna demo it. So we're gonna have all the kids from the neighborhood over and have a paint party and bring out some paint and just say some hammers and say go nuts and paint the walls, the floors, whatever you want to do, and then next day the excavators will come in. So
are you going to get the copper out of there for your current house?
I might get the copper out of there and put it in for whatever the copper needs for the internet at our place, because this no internet is absolutely. I blew through my mobile hotspot in like the first 3 hours. So
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm excited about the house. That's great. I mean, we've been doing some stuff over here, and feel good. When you get to get a nice new place, get everything nice and either cleaned up or whatever. So good luck on that.
Yeah, thanks. We've been shopping for years and years and years, and prices have only gone crazier and crazier. So I figured might come out ahead when we're building, and we're really pumped. Growing family, so need a little bit more room, so it'll be great.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I am only looking from afar, but from what I'm seeing, your review of Ron, I'm seeing some internet stuff, people behind the scenes excited. So there's some excitement. You mentioning that you were going to be there. People said, I wonder if I get to ride with Franklin. So there was a couple of messages that we received on that. So that's a lot of people think that you are going to have all kinds of time on your hand, except, I ran a business for a while and I hired photographers and I thought I wasn't going to do anything. And then I kept doing more and more. So
I have a feeling that'll be the case.
I'm sure. But, well, at this time, the rest of the world already knows the route. You announced it at midnight, 12 hours ago. We're releasing this at noon Eastern. Sorry, Michael. Got to stick with Eastern. Noon Eastern. Why don't we get into the route? I'm excited. You kind of teased maybe some trivia, maybe some questions. What direction are we going to go with this?
We are going to be going south.
South.
Yeah, south from the northwestern portion of the great state of Georgia, making our way through some wonderful, rich areas of the state. It's going to be beautiful. It is a recreation or reimagining of a previous year's Bragg ride, which a lot of them are. We talked about that earlier a little bit, but we're super pumped and excited about it. We've added a few twists and turns, literally and figuratively. We're going to be following some rails to trails pathways that are storied and famous for that part of the state, and I'm really excited about it. You want me to break it down for you by day?
Sure. One of a very dear friend of ours that we're going to be lucky enough to see in a couple weeks here in Florida, Uh, just so happened that we had a shuttle issue that we couldn't get across the people who had started Bragg, and Michael and I got stuck at a hotel just for a second, which was one of the best things that ever happened because our friend Armando, he got a late start, and we actually rode Rails to Trails coming out of Columbus, on our first time we ever did Bragg, and so that's just a near and dear story I wanted to share with you, Ron. That we did it once before on trail. So yes, let's. Michael, you got any questions before we go, or
No, I'm curious to see.
okay?
So, so we're going to be starting in LaFette, Georgia, which is the pride of Walker County. A lot of you know where that is. It's south of Chickamauga, Chattanooga area, but it's a wonderful smaller town. That's where we're going to actually start on Saturday evening. People will congregate there, and then on Sunday morning we'll be headed out. And incidentally, the first, well, preliminarily, the first rest stop that we're going to have that day is going to be at a winery. So I'm just trying to call back to the conversation we had earlier about the Portugal winery. But that ride is going to take us into Chattooga County, Somerville, Georgia, and that's another great host town. Lots of regional importance. Great area. Wonderful, friendly people. Easy riding, and there's going to be some great points of interest to take in that day. So Monday's ride is going to be through to Cave Spring, which I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but Cave Spring is in Floyd County, Georgia, and it boasts a natural cold water, purified water spring that has flowed for, I don't know, Franklin, you might know the dates on this, but it's hundreds of years, as long as they've been recording history there. So it'll be a much welcomed cool off spot for that day in late May when we're there. So all of our riders are going to be treated to that, and it's really a very, very nice setting. Lots of covered areas, picnic tables. So the outdoor camping as well as the indoor options are going to be stellar. So I think people are really, really, really going to like that. Now,
Cool.
our layover town will be the next day, Tuesday and Wednesday nights. We're going to be in Carrollton, Georgia, also in Carroll County. We're going to have the wonderful people at the high school system there have opened up their property for us to stay on, and it's just going to be great. The downtown area of Carrollton is not to be missed. I think our riders are going to be they're going to be very happy about all of the options for entertainment and shopping, relaxing. It's going to have all kinds of food options. There's an outdoor amphitheater where we're gonna host our guests there for one of those nights. So 2 nights in Carrollton. I failed to mention the day prior, we're going to be accessing the Silver Comet Trail. So this
Cool.
year's theme is Happy Trails. And so we're going to be taking advantage of the close proximity to some of these Georgia bike trail systems. So the Silver Comet Trail will be one of them in Carrollton. They have the GreenBelt, which is going to be open and available to people who want to ride on Wednesday. Some people are going to want to just chill out, but those who do want to take a ride can do that. So that's going to be exciting.
I have been on the Silver Comet Trail.
Excellent. Yeah, it's the longest. I think it's the longest trail network from Atlanta past the westward towards Alabama and goes into Alabama some, I don't know, 30 miles or something like that, maybe more. But that's pretty exciting, and people really enjoy riding on it because it's protected and you can sort of forget about traffic while you're on it. After Carrollton, the next town we're going to be staying in is going to be very unique. It's a little community called Trilith. It's Trilith. It's in Fayette County, and it is a live, work, play community that was established recently by the Cathy family in Georgia that is famous for Chick-fil-A. And so what they've done is they have renamed the Pinewood Atlanta Studios to Trilith Studios, and it is a working operational soundstage. I think I read that it's the largest studio, television and film studio, um, if not in the United States, at least outside of California.
It's the
Someone can probably
largest
correct me
in the
on that.
country.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
And
But that's
can
going
we
to be
tour
really
it?
excited. Yeah, we're gonna have tours. You can do that on a bike, or you can do it on a some kind of golf cart kind of thing. It's going to be an exciting sort of new and different thing for our riders. They are always looking for different types of entertainment and nightlife and stuff like that. But to be able to get to a place with enough time in the day to then go really see something that's unique that you might not otherwise stop through there and see. I think everybody's going to be really excited about it, myself included. I'm pretty pumped about going there.
No, I
And
don't want
I've lived in Georgia all my life, and I'd never heard of Trilith, so shame on me. But that's really putting it on the map. So I'm sure there are others like that.
and I don't
Now,
want
you
to put
said
you on the
Pinewood
spot.
Studios. Is this the old British American part of the British Pinewood Studios? Do we know?
I'm not sure. I know it's Pinewood for a long time. I'm not sure if it's British Pinewood. I don't know the history, but yeah, I mean, it's the I did a tour there when we were first going around, and I can't remember. It's like 40 something huge stages. And yeah, they filmed a lot of the Avengers there, Black Panther. They did the like live action Moana. They did there. I mean, they've done countless movies there.
Okay.
Little bit of a slowdown in the movie industry currently, as you all know, but which is a good thing for us because now it'll be more open so we can go over there. But it's a really cool tour, and like Ron said, the Cathys have put a ton of resources into that little community, so it's super cool. And Dan Cathy, the old CEO of Chick-fil-A, recently went out to Bentonville and was inspired by the bike culture out there, and they're trying to bring that to Trilith. So they're really excited about having us there, and I think they're going to roll out the red carpet. So we're very excited to go to Trilith.
Okay. I was just curious because I know like Buckinghamshire, England had Pinewood Studios, which did like James Bond and that kind of stuff. So I just didn't know if there was a connection. But
They probably filmed all movies there, actually, now that I think about it.
You know, Michael,
yes,
we know somebody.
we do know somebody. We've got a good friend who works over there.
Yeah, she is Virginia. I'll be remiss if I don't mention her right now. She is the CFO over there. So I have to make a mention. So Virginia, hopefully you get to see a bunch of brag riders over there. So
Yeah, I think Ron had a talk with her.
I did. I had a good long conversation with Jenny. I think this is going to be her sixth or seventh brag ride this year if she's able to go. So she's definitely definitely experienced, and that helps because when we're working with and negotiating with host towns, having somebody there connected with that town who is also a big supporter and advocate for not only cycling but for brag specifically, it really helps. And I can say without much hesitation that the people, everybody we've dealt with in that community has been 100% a big fan of the cycling community, the brag operation itself, and they've been very, very welcoming, as all the host towns have. But they stand out just as eager to really want to help. When we're leaving from Trilith, we're gonna again head south, sort of southwest, We're going to hook over towards Senoia, which is a really neat little town. It was a stop, I think, overnight last year or in
21.
2020, 2021. That's right. This will just be for a rest stop there, but we will be going through, and I think we had some ins and outs on the Senoia. They have a multi-use trail over there, but we'll be making our way over towards LaGrange. We'll go through Luthersville and Hogansville and heading over to LaGrange for the night. Now, what's special about LaGrange is, among a lot of things, is that they have their multi-use pathway is called the Thread, and it sort of is unique because it weaves, it sort of winds its way through their downtown and into the countryside a little bit. It's really a fantastic pathway, and we're excited to see it in the flesh last week when we were riding some of those trails. But that'll lead us down towards Pine Mountain, Georgia, which will be on Saturday. That's going to be the final day of the ride. I do want to go back to LaGrange a little bit and also say that their downtown area will be there on Friday or Friday night. So the host town there, all of those individuals have been pretty excited to have us and our legion of cyclists in their downtown area, enjoying the nightlife and the food and all that. And they have opened up every available venue that we could think of in order to house our people and make sure that their time is fun and safe and entertaining. And so we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be a big finish for the week, that final night.
That sounds exciting.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said that sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And to round it out, the final ride is going to be from LaGrange down through Pine Mountain, as I said. We're going to jump on the Man of War Trail, which is a new multi-use trail. It's about 13 miles long so far. And there is plans for it to connect with the Columbus Muskogee County network of multi-use trails, the Dragonfly, the Riverwalk, and all of that. So we'll have to do a little jogging along the road, but not bad. So it's not a 100% trail only, but it is going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to finishing in Columbus. It's my hometown. It's where I'm. Well, I'm at the beach right now, but it's normally where I live. But we're really excited to have the group coming in through the Riverwalk, which is sort of my home turf. I've ridden it thousands of times and love it, and also love the people that are going to be putting on the show for us on Saturday. So we are as excited as we've ever been for a ride like this, and I'm thrilled to be part of it for lots of reasons. And chief among them is being the new domestic ride director, but also being able to end up in my own hometown and sort of showcase how special this ride is and this community is. I think we're on the cusp of a very, very great ride, and I hope everybody is excited about it. Go out there and register. Book your flights.
That's I'm glad to do this. Am I remembering correctly in Columbus? When we took those trails, the whole trail system, did we go like through colleges and parks and stuff? Is that am I maybe I'm mixing another ride together?
No, are you thinking about you're thinking about 2022? Wasn't that y'all's first year when we left out of Columbus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took we started at the Forum where they have the ice skating rink. If you stayed inside, it was nice and cool. We went north through Ron's hometown on the Riverwalk. Didn't go through the base, but went through. They got a school down there, the Columbus State, right, Ron?
Columbus State University has campuses, one in sort of central Columbus and then one right on the downtown. So the arts and music schools are right on Broadway in downtown Columbus. So, of course, this will be summertime, so there won't be as many students. But that means that restaurants, you'll be able to get in one if you want to hang around on the last day after the ride. But yeah, the Riverwalk network is fantastic, and it is some of the 9 miles or so that we'll be accessing to get to the finish line. It runs adjacent to the Chattahoochee River in some of the most spectacular, um, views that you can think of. And so I hope people will take their time and not just race to the end of it, but take some time to focus on who's out there on the whitewater rafting and the zip line and just all the people enjoying the recreation opportunities there. So it's going to be a big time. We're super excited about it.
So my following statement is not against brag whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it built a wonderful friendship. But we were unfortunately on a bus that broke down. It was like I call it the bus from hell.
Every time we talk about this bus ride, every time.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's not your fault. I mean, you
I
don't
was
build.
bringing it up. It's not Michael, by the way.
I offered you a transportation job. You don't want to take it either. But hey, listen, we met a lot of wonderful people because of that bus ride. But
We did.
my point is, um, we were sort of disappointed because we were going to try to do the zip line and we were going to try to go over there and enjoy that area, and we got in pretty late. And then, of course, by that time, we ended up in a bar at a Marriott. I wonder how that happened.
I'm sure that's Franklin's fault too, isn't it?
I'm not blaming Franklin for anything. It's not. I mean, you don't control brakes on a bus. You paid for the bus. You expected the bus to work. I mean, I run buses. I have to argue just like those people did. Listen, they broke down. So
Well, you guys have such a good attitude, though. You can take a mishap or a bad situation, turn it around, and still have a good time. That's a great quality that more people need. I think I have that quality. Anything that happens wrong, you figure out how to turn it into a good time. And if you're not having fun, that's on you, not on the situation.
but here's the best thing about that. To this day, when I am in Georgia, we all know who was on that bus, and we still talk about it. We say, "Oh yeah, you were on the bus." I'm like, I'm also Adam. I wasn't just on the bus. I mean, I talk to you every time I see you, but that's a normal conversation starter. Like, "Oh yeah, we were on that bus," and so all kinds of good friends now. I mean, the friends I have for life, and so that's a wonderful. But I just wanted to tell Ron that I'm excited about the Columbus thing. What I remember is it was very nice, and we took the trail system out. So I imagine taking the trail system in will be just as nice, in my opinion. That's my point I was trying to get to. So
There you go. Yeah, you're right. Columbus is super cool. The downtown's awesome. They got some good breweries down there, tons of cool restaurants, and like Ron was saying, it's right on the Chattahoochee. So there's actually a whitewater section that you can go down. They actually have a wave shaper. So when we used to do Georgia Bike Fest in Columbus, I used to be a big whitewater kayaker, and I would take my kayak down there. And after the ride was over, go down there and play in the rapids, and it was awesome. So they got a whole adventure center. If you want to do rafting or kayaking or zip lining, you can do that. Or like Ron was saying, the Riverwalk goes all the way down into Fort Benning. You can go down there as long as you got your ID. You can ride around the fort, which is really cool, or up and down the Riverwalk. And then the Dragonfly Trails. Becca Zajac, she's actually our champion in Columbus. She runs the Dragonfly Trail system. There's another trail system you can take out more towards the interior, away from the river. So there's lots of cool stuff to do in Columbus, and that whole Riverwalk area is super cool. So it's going to be a nice ending. And then backing up back to the beginning, I know the beginning of Bragg for a lot of people is you got to get there, you got to get set up, make sure your tires have air in them, make sure, if somebody had to put your bike together, make sure it's working right. So a lot of stuff to do at the beginning of the ride. But this year, when we're starting in LaFette, if you're from out of town, LaFette, if you're a local, very big distinction. They're going to have their Honeybee Festival. So I think there's like 40,000 people that come into LaFette for this Honeybee Festival. And they usually bring in some like national touring names. So like names you've heard before will be playing there. They haven't announced their lineup yet for this year. But we're going to have Shuttles downtown for that. So everybody coming in, there'll be a built-in 40,000 person festival at the start of the ride to celebrate Bragg's kickoff. So we're super excited to start the ride in that celebratory fashion. So definitely starting and in towns are going to be a ton of fun this year for sure.
That's pretty cool. I didn't realize you got a festival going just because for you guys. That's pretty neat. So,
yeah, it's like we're Ragbri, we're getting there.
There we
now
go.
that Ron took over, the numbers are just through the roof.
I don't know.
Let's hope so.
So let me go make sure I got this down right. So LaFette.
Yes, LaFette. There you go.
LaFette, Somerville,
Cave Springs.
Somebody wasn't paying attention.
I was.
Carrollton.
Trilith.
What?
I've got my notes here, buddy. So keep going.
Senoia, LaGrange, and Columbus. Is that correct?
Well, you said Senoia, didn't you? We're going to say it Trilith.
Trilith.
Yeah, we're staying in
Trilith.
Trilith.
Okay, so that's that's just the town we're going through.
Let me save Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure.
Once you retire, you don't have a job anymore, your mind immediately starts to go,
I was taking a lot of notes, and I was just making sure that I had the towns in the correct order.
All right, Adam's got you.
All right. So it's
Adam has had me before, and it hasn't turned out well. So, yeah. Remember that bike computer? We followed your bike computer, and we wound up in the middle of a cornfield where there's no roads. Yeah, you had it there, didn't you?
That's not a lie. At that time, my Wahoo was like, turn left here. And I go, where? Where are we going to turn left right now? This is not going to work out well. So it's not pronounced Lafayette. It's LaFette, correct?
LaFette. The locals say it LaFette.
I got to tell Ron the story. Ron, when it was in Brazelton, and when I recorded the show with Franklin, I said Brazelton, and he said, "You mean Brazelton?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that one." Hey, LaFette into Somerville, into Cave Springs, spending a wonderful couple of evenings in Carrollton. Is that how you pronounce that?
Carrollton.
Were you paying attention, Adam? Come on.
Yes. Then we're heading to Trilith. And then we're heading down into LaGrange, but passing through Senoia. And the big key there is you had that as an overnight town before. And so people will probably enjoy going through there, down through the Pine Mountain, into Columbus.
You got it.
Got it.
Perfect. Now, if I were listening to this and somebody said, hey, you got to listen to this, there's a couple key points. When does the price increase? I know that if you sign up early, you save some money. Have we missed that already? Or is there
11 hours and 17 minutes if I'm looking at our time correctly?
Okay. So if you're hearing this on the 1st, don't waste any time. Just go sign up now because you're going to get busy and your wife's going to ask you to do the dishes or something. I mean, or your husband's going to ask you or whatever. Just go sign up now. And you're going to go to bragg.org, Big Bragg 2026. Very simple to sign up. And then you can have all kinds of choices like bus rides. Let's talk about bus rides because when I first did Bragg the first time, I got a little bit confused on which bus to pick. And so are you willing to talk about a little bit of logistics and different options?
I will talk about all the logistics you want to, but we broke down our registration to try and be as simple as possible because if you've never done a ride like this, it can be overwhelming, the amount of logistics. So we broke it down. We tried to keep it to 3 questions, obviously, with dependencies on what you answer. But basically, how long are you riding? Where are you going to sleep? And how are you going to get there? So those are the logistics we think about. But ask me your questions and we'll go from there.
So if I am a guy who's going to fly in, I'm most of your bread and butter and family and people who we consider family live close and around and probably will we'll pack up the family wagon and drive somewhere and park in either the beginning or the end. But hypothetically, a guy like me flies into Atlanta, I assume, based upon what I'm looking at. Would that be the best airport to fly into?
Yeah, you can do Atlanta is close. Chattanooga is a little bit closer, but probably it's a regional airport, probably a little bit more expensive. So probably round trip, depending on where you're coming from. Atlanta, busiest airport in the world, is going to be the easiest to fly into. And Ron has actually found some shuttle providers, just third party. You can call them up and arrange your own shuttle. That's right, correct, Ron, or no? Or we're working on that.
Well, we've got a couple of options. Yeah, one of them
Yeah.
is, just Uber. But there is a commercial shuttle that will take you pretty much anywhere from the Atlanta airport. So if you wanted to, say you wanted to go from Atlanta over to LaFette, you probably have to make a couple stops and maybe call an Uber, but it is doable. And
Okay.
certainly if anybody's got, concerns about that, they can always reach out to us
Cool.
individually, and we can try to help coach them.
And will you have your traditional? I'm used to your traditional parking at the beginning or park at the end, and then shuttles each way. Is that still going to be an option?
Absolutely. So that's when you answer, how are you going to get there? You can say you're driving on your own, and then you got it on your own. Or if you're going to do brag shuttles, we got a couple options for you. Depending on where you're coming from, you can either choose to have your car at the end when you're done, or you can choose to drop your car off at the beginning. So if you want to have your car when you're done, what you'll do is you'll sign up for our shuttle. It'll be on the last day, which is June 6th. And you'll drive down to Columbus, leave your car. That's the May 30th shuttle. So you'll drive down to Columbus, drop your car off. We'll have a shuttle on May 30th. That's going to pick you up, take you to the start. And then that's going to take you, your bike, and your baggage. So when you get there, you'll just proceed to ride the entire week, and then you'll end in Columbus, and your car will be there. Or if you want, you can drive to the start on May 30th, leave your car there, ride all the way to the end, and then on June 6th, we've got a shuttle that will take you from there on June 6th back to LaFette to where your car is. So you got two options depending on kind of if you live closer to the start or you live closer to Columbus.
I have an opinion, just because why wouldn't I have an opinion? If you have never done this and you're thinking about, oh yeah, I'll park here or park there, Michael and I have done it multiple different ways. Throughout our history, we love having the car when we're done. By the time you ride across the state, and I mean every night is awesome, and you're in these wonderful communities and a lot of restaurants you've never been to, and bellying up to a bar or even just having a coffee with somebody. By the time you're done, the last thing I want to do is take a shower, wait for the bus, then ride the bus back to my car just to begin my travels home. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, you do you, but if you're thinking about it, that's what Michael and I always stand behind. So, I think, right, sir?
We do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I agree. Every other cross state ride I've done, I set it up that way where I'll park my car at the end, shuttle at the beginning of the ride, and then when you're done, like you said, you're done. Your car is there. You hop in your own little micro environment in your car. You drive back to your house. It's a much more seamless experience. But again, if you live close to the start, also pretty tempting to just
True.
ride there, and then when you're done, take the shuttle back, and you're back home. So kind of preference definitely for leaving your car at the end, but if you live close to the start, that also makes a lot of sense.
No, that's a fair point. I mean, the last thing you want to do is jump in and drive down. But I know at Ragbri, for me, Michael and I would just put the car at the end, and then it was like just get me in the car, get me 40 minutes down the road. I'll change in some rest area just to drive the rest of the way home. But I just wanted to get out of there, so it kind of became a cluster. But obviously, you have more of a intimate area where it's more of a every time you have the party, and then it's kind of like one of those things like, oh man, it's already over. I can't believe it's already over.
I know.
So that's legitimate, by the way. If you've never heard Michael and I before, and someone shared you, it is this your ride. And Ron, now your ride. is got to be one of the best things. I mean, in my office today, I have a map of Georgia, and I have all the pins of the routes that I've gone. And obviously, I live in Michigan, and I do all kinds of Zoom meetings and Teams meetings. Big deal. But everyone always says to me, "Why do you have a map of Georgia behind you?" And it's my way of being able to say, "Well, let me tell you about it. Since you asked, and you can't go anywhere, and you're stuck in this meeting, let me tell you about riding my bicycle across the state." And most people go, "You rode your bike across the state?" And then like, yeah, and then a part of me goes, I've done it 5 times. So yeah, it's one of the rides that I recommend, not because you two gentlemen are here from Bragg, but if you've never done a state long ride and you're looking to jump into something like this, I truly believe, my stamp of approval, this is one to jump in on. It's so well organized. There are so many different sleeping options. If you choose to do hotels, you can do hotels. If you choose to do indoor camping, you can do indoor camping. If you would like primitive camping, I don't know if the snooze box is filled up, but I know you have that option sometimes as well. So there are so many different ways. If you're concerned about sleeping, eating, you won't need to worry about those things. No bike lock. I mean, nothing like that. You can just have a good time. So.
Ron, make sure you get this man's check in the mail tomorrow.
No kidding. No kidding. Yeah. I mean, my experience with Bragg has been, it's true what they say. What's the most common lie told during dinner after a Bragg ride is, I'm only going to have the one beer.
Yeah.
It's always a big time of celebration. And even if you're not drinking, there's still plenty to celebrate and have fun. We try to provide all that, but getting there is important, and we try to make that easy and seamless with the options that make the most sense. So again, if anyone has any concerns about how that works, or you've got a special situation, by all means, contact us, and we'll try to figure something out. We will figure something out to make sure that you're able to participate.
That's great.
Awesome.
No, I truly believe that. I mean, you talk to some people and they, oh yeah, we'll take care of it. Yeah, sure you will. I
Never hear from them.
Yeah, exactly. I stand behind that. I mean, even like something as simple as for those people who fly, like bike boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are great. I mean, you know, get everything, get the bike box, put which truck it's going to be in. There's no concern, no worry. I mean, different ways to travel. I mean, some people like to have their bike with them all the time. But one of the funniest things about your ride is when I saw the truck that loads the bike. If you take the shuttle from the end to the start and then ride back, of course, you put your bike in the shuttle. And that's the only ride I've ever seen where people. Now we've had it, Michael, where we've had to take the pedals off in rides before, and that was kind of different. But that was a ride. Your ride. I've watched people literally take their bike out of the truck, and I'm watching bubble wrap and saran wrap, and I'm like, wow. I thought I took care of my bike. These guys are pretty good. But yeah, we did one ride in Michigan, and we pulled up, and my pedals don't come off very easy. And the guy goes, "You got to take your pedals off." I'm like, "I don't know if I can do that right now. How about telling me that before I left the house?" So,
We've done it both ways. When I first started, we would take all the pedals off and turn the handlebars, and that you can certainly fit more in there. But if you pack them tight enough with the blankets and all that, you don't need to. And we've done so many things, and we've tried to copy Pete from Pork Belly and hang them vertical, and that worked out okay, but people didn't like it. The best thing is just the blankets and the U-Haul side by side,
yeah.
front to back. So yeah, that's always my most stressful thing. Is like, oh god, what happens if one of these U-Haul crashes with $1 million worth of bikes in the back? So that's always stressful for us for sure. But it always goes well. Knock on wood.
One side piece on that bus ride that we talked about, the infamous bus ride, is
Here we go again.
no, wait. I had an air tag on my bicycle, and everybody on the bus was like, "Where are the bikes? Where are the bikes?" I'm like, they're there right now." And
Yeah.
so
It's so funny. Usually, I tell the guys in the U-Hauls, like, all right, if all the bikes are loaded, y'all take off because they're topped out, 65 miles an hour on the interstate. But the guys in the coach buses, they'll do 80, 85 all the way to get there,
Yeah.
So I always tell them to leave sooner, but so that they normally show up sooner, and then everybody gets there. And they're like, where's my bike? Where's my bike? And I'm like, it's on the way. It's on the way. You're doing 85. They're doing 65, the 4-hour ride, give it, give it a little bit of time, right? You're in transportation,
Right. That's right.
But everybody always wants to know where their bike is. I'm like, it's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way.
The CDL says that you will not do 85. I'm sure you meant they weren't doing 85. Oh, yes. Look at that. Look at the time. So, no. In Georgia, maybe you can. But,
Hey, if I'm not driving, that's not points on my license.
That's right. That's right. See, Michael, transportation. If your industry doesn't work out, buddy, we'll get you a job. As long as you can figure out that yellow standee line, my friend.
It's not real.
Well, listen, hopefully we've enticed you enough here to, if you're on the fence, don't waste any time. I would definitely sign up. The ride is called Happy Trails. You're going to visit a lot of trails, but some road as well. Now, one of the things I remember about being on the Silver Comet Trail is in the middle of the trail, there was like a restaurant. I was really surprised. So that was kind of one of those memories I had. I don't know if you're going to be on that part or not, but my friend Juan took me out on the Silver Comet Trail before we were doing spring tune-up when we came down there. So we jumped out on the trail first. So that was really nice. So a lot of beautiful country you have in Georgia, I must tell you. Once my friend gets a job, we'll figure out what we're going to do. Otherwise, may not be any riding if you don't get a job, buddy.
Yeah, it might be tough. We'll see.
Ron beat you to this, about a month ahead of time,
Dang.
I know. Timing.
Oh, well.
It sounds like Bragg needs a business architect, whatever the heck that is. And nobody knows what it is. I'm just kidding. But what's the other word you use? Business analysis, right?
Yeah, business analysis.
Yeah. Okay.
All you got to do is throw AI in there, and you'll get a job in no time.
There you go. I'm actually taking some courses in AI, so
there you go.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Will you be using that for your second job?
What's that?
This podcasting gig.
Oh. Well, when the second job starts making money, I mean, maybe.
Well, listen, I told him the other day. He said, I said, because for our Disney adult trip, we're going golfing, and I said, you're gonna go take some lessons? Exactly. And he said, oh yeah, how's that gonna go over? Sorry, kids, you can't eat because Dad's got to take golf lessons.
Man.
And I said, hey, dude, this podcast is making a little bit of money. And Michael wrote back, he said, oh yeah, like $40 a month. And I go, don't forget, 50% of that is mine.
There you go. Hey, well, can we shout out to our monthly subscribers?
Absolutely. Listen, I always appreciate the monthly subscribers because without our good friends, all kidding aside, we've got Gary Vaughn, we have Kip Uthold, Ryan Ronick, Joe Grammer, Dennis Keeler. We do also have Scott Garwick, and ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Alex Bell. All those guys, Michael, what do they do?
Well, they all contribute and make this show a success.
Right, but normally you have something funny to say, like they are collegiate ice fishing.
I didn't have time to think of anything. You just kind of threw it on me. I got to have at least
they're paying for golf lessons is what they're doing.
Clever.
And I didn't even get a chance to tell Michael, but Gary Vaughn is our newest wonderful, great friend, St. Simon Island, wonderful Georgian. So, right. Gary, thank you, buddy. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you jumping on board. So, to all the monthly subscribers helping us keeping the show rolling. So,
and shout out to Ryan. Ryan booked when we first brought the Snooze box to Bragg. He booked it the first year and has booked it every year since. So, shout out to Ryan for sure.
That's awesome.
And that's Scott Garwick,
man of leisure.
That's right, he is for sure. Although he's pretty intense. He trains. He's out there to he's out there to hustle for sure. But then Scott Garwick helped me figure out he's was a commercial electrician, and he helped me figure out all the wiring on the snooze box. So shout out to him as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I spent one entire brag trying to help you, Franklin. And I kept thinking to myself, like in the tune of Snooze Box or, Squeeze Box. Mama about it. My mom has got a squeeze box and that's all right. And I kept telling Michael, Franklin's got a snooze box, and I couldn't come up with it. So I think you should use AI, Michael, since you're taking it in class, and make that your project. How Bragg or Franklin or Ron's got a snooze box, and use AI to create some lyrics.
Bragg has got a snooze box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can come up with something.
And any of you other ride directors listening, if you want snooze box at your event, let me know. We can bring it there.
I love it. Love it. We have been lucky enough a couple times to enjoy a couple of evenings in the snooze box, so that we feel pretty blessed. One night we had set up our camp, and Michael just set up the tent, and Michael said, we've been offered the snooze box. I'm like, yeah, but I'm already down here. And he's like, but it's the snooze box. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So
I don't think you're understanding this. It's the snooze box. Come on.
And actually, all kidding aside, Michael, tell him if I'm lying. That night it rained and it poured.
Poured rain.
In the middle of the night, Michael goes, just in that little friendship, like little vein flicking, he goes, so you wish you were still in that tent? I'm like, oh, man.
That's funny.
But that actually 1,000% true. So I believe that's the night you put the Cycling Man of Leisure sticker on the Bragg flagpole. On the Bragg.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Nice.
We branded the flagpole.
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, you got a great route, Ron. I think that your inaugural ride directorship route sounds amazing. Wish I could do it. I can't figure out what I'm going to do because somebody's over there needs a job.
Not even responding.
No, that's all right. You just responded, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, jump on board. If you're looking for a ride, you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made it this long into the show. So if you haven't signed up yet, now's your chance. And you can figure out everything out at bragg.org, BRAG.org. So, and you know what's going to happen May 31st?
What's that?
It'll be a great day for a bike ride.
Give us a random date.
What? You don't know what you're recording the show and you don't know what May 31st is?
Well, I know what it is, but usually it's, do you know what today is?
Oh, okay. Here. I can
Exactly.
Either one will work.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
Franklin gets it.
Yeah, we'll let Ron do it.
All right. Hold on 1 second.
Welcome to Road Adventures.
Oh, no.
To Road Adventures of Cycling. Welcome.
Oh, come on. Stop.
To Road Adventures
I can't stop
of
it.
Cycling Men of Leisure.
I'll have to cut it off. All right.
Playing with the buttons.
Oh, gosh. Where's my censor button? All right, we'll let Ron do it. You're right. I like it because this is the 2026 is your year, my friend. Hey, Ron, you know what day it is?
I do. It's a great day for a bike ride.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Perfect.